Love and light. All right. So, Samhain, let's talk about it. Makes sense? Bear with me, you guys. Today I'm kind of doing a dualistic thing. All right. Love and light, Instagram collective. Mwah. All right. We're here. We're alive. We're doing it. All right. So, bear with the duality. No pun intended, but I am live on Instagram as well as YouTube. So you guys, Love and Light Mariana, Love and Light Eat Me, Love and Light Instagram Collective. Can't say it enough. Love and Light, mean it. Okay. So we're talking Samhain. Okay. We are going to get into the nitty gritty in just a few seconds. But I just wanted to say thank you, everyone, for coming on. This ish don't work without you. All right. And I'm not here for myself. Okay. I know how to read the cards. I know how to get my messages. Right. So there's that. So thank you for joining. I will ring the bell in just a few moments. YouTube Collective. All right. Now, Instagram, if you're wondering, what the heck am I talking about? You guys are missing out. Over on YouTube, I'm doing free readings right now. Like, it's happening right now. So hop on over there. Follow the rules, of course, the live stream rules, which reminds me, let's see if I can actually pop that in to my liking during the session. YouTube. All right, let's see. So live stream rules, in case anyone wondered, should be popping up in the chat over on YouTube in just a moment. Hopefully if my screen catches up over here. So grateful, you guys. The thought occurred to me, hello, hey, hi, I can totally go live on Instagram with my cell phone. So, it is what it is, right? Moving in and shaking, learning and growing. Bear with me while I learn the different innards of the different platforms. Okay. Still very new at this. For some reason, why is it trying to say, no, I can't do that? That's so crazy. That's a lie. Here we go. I'm going to put like a... Hold on, you guys. One second. Let me figure this out. I'm going to do it. All right. One more. We got. Okay. All right. Feeling froggy, guys. Watch out. I'm feeling froggy. Love and Light, Aniket, Love and Light, Elaine. All right. So for those that don't know, we're going live on Instagram as well as YouTube for the Samhain message. I'm going to eke out the message, guys. And by you guys, I really mean YouTube Collective, because I know you guys are waiting for your freebies. Instagram, head on over to YouTube land, please and thank you, so I can get you guys served for free as well. Unless you guys hate free messages, but I feel like you're here, so it's kind of making it make sense, right? Okay. So, Samhain, let's talk about it. I was guided to some witchy decks, you guys. So we're talking like, pure magic. We're talking Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain Oracle. All right. I found her. I'm so excited. I was telling my YouTube Collective, I think literally just yesterday, I was like, oh, I can't find my Samhain deck. But, recently just moved and still trying to figure out studio-ish. Right. So, but we prevail forward. Okay. So we have the deck and we are going to be talking about it. All right. So let's get into the message, shall we? All right. Love and Light, Aniket. Thank you. Love and light to everybody. I think I forgot to love and light you guys over here on YouTube. My goodness. Love and light. Hope you feel it. All right. We're going to say probably 10, I don't know, by the time I get it up there, probably 30 message. Oop, that's not a G. That ain't a G. All right, here we go. Here's the Stitch Collective, right? Whether you're on Instagram or YouTube, wherever the hell, right? We got to talk because your crowns need straightened. That's for darn diggity sure. All right. I pulled for current energies, interestingly enough, from the Quantum Oracle. And I do have two energies cards. Okay. There could be some significance to green as well. All right. We're going to talk about these cards. We got to talk about these cards. We can't get around these cards. It's literally the gateway to the message. Interestingly enough, and they were some of the last cards, believe it or not, that I actually pulled for the Samhain message. First of which, courage. All right, you're being called into a quest of saying courage, right? Well, good thing you have it. So, I mean, it shouldn't be too problematic, but we're going to talk about some things, all right? Because the other card we got, and there is some significance to twos here, you guys. Love and light, Sean. And so we're going to talk about fear, okay? Fear. Haven't we been talking about fear? Do we even allow fear to exist with us as we co-create our lives? That's a question for you guys. I mean, I was asking. I mean, I guess I could wait for the answer, but, you know, we are on two platforms today, so I guess I should keep it moving. Now, in clarification of these cards, courage, we have the priest energy coming out, all right? Basically what I said, good thing you got it, okay? We're going to talk about it in a little bit more depth here. Courage, you got it. Need you to know it. Feel it, okay? Believe it, because you got it, all right? It's within you. It is for you, not against you. That is the truth. Hold on to it, okay? With this fear card energy being clarified by the captain, hello, hey, hi, this is Avi, all right? Now, I get it. It's easy for me as your reader to say, oh, yeah, it's totally obvious. You know, I'm not like literally on your shoulder or anywhere around you physically as you're going through the storms. And still the message stands. I need you to know, all right? I'm not here to lie or manipulate the messages, okay? So it just is what it is. I'm grateful to Spirit that, you know, they're not simply and solely channeled messages so that you can see that people made cards about how you're amazing and how you are of the priest energy, whether priest or priestess, right? And how you do have the capacity to overcome even something as frightful as fear itself, okay? And those even in the religious community know enough to talk about fear as a spirit, all right? It really will throw you for a loop if you let it. And that's why it's so important to not let it. And it's so important to know who you are so that you know that you have the strength to damn sure not ever let it. Okay. Our emotions don't have to overrun us and they don't have to overrule us, right? We are in charge. And that's why you've got that captain energy coming out. Okay. It just is what it is. You just are too much, all right, to be overcome by fear. Now, I'm not here to say that fear won't ever try you, all right? I'm just saying when it does, okay? It's not a doom and gloom message, and it's not even a doom and gloom situation. It's, if anything, a reason, a moment, a coursework with which to celebrate the fact that you are divinity walking. See how that works? Light cannot be completely comprehended by the darkness. So fear not, okay? And we do have some postcard messages from Spirit for the collective today. And it's interesting. There's like some dual aspect to the whole entire session above and beyond the fact that we're on two platforms simultaneously on the live. You see, you've got all these twos coming out with regards to the Samhain messages, right? Spirit even gave you two postcards, you know, and I love that. A lot of love. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's literally a heart emblazoned on the first of the two postcards. And that just stood out to me. That's not, we do have a peacock on the other. Let's talk about the other one. That just stood out to me. I didn't even notice that there was always some sort of imagery in this space of the cards. So that could be some significance to someone. You could identify also as being on the twin flame journey. I do see a mirroring of the cherubim surrounding the heart. The heart seems a little fiery as well. Doesn't have to be the case. And I'm not here to say that we're talking about twin flames. I'm just helping people identify from the collectives, plural, you know, if this is potentially their message, right? And you guys trust your own intuition on that, all right? Your intuition should never trump anything, all right? It will never steer you wrong. I'm not here to say that your intuition is not working. Do you know what I mean? You guys check, cleanse, cut cords as necessary. But really, whoever's finding these messages, you can definitely wholeheartedly trust your own intuition. Okay. I'm okay with that. Hopefully you're okay with that as well. All right. So let's get into the Samhain message for the collective. All right. So we're talking courage. We're talking not so much fear, but we're talking out of fear, right? We're climbing out of fear, some of us, and that's okay. We're all somewhere on the path, right? You're either going into a storm, coming out of a storm, right? Or somewhere in between, right? That's how you know you're alive, okay? So I'm not here to say, hey, let's place blame and judgment on those that, have found themselves trying to be trapped by fear. I'm sorry, but we've all had a tussle or two with that energy, right? So there should be no fear, judgment, or shame attached to the session, attached to anyone doing the work through the session, or just in general realizing, oh yeah, I was kind of fearing that. Like, okay, so fix it, right? We're not here for beating ourselves up even, right? My goodness, the world has tried to do just that far enough, right? We don't need to be joining their team, the dark side, as it were, right? To basically self-sabotage ourselves, right? It's not a call to that. It never would be, in case anyone wondered. The divine would never call anyone to self-sabotage. Okay. Now, your first card that came out, collective, is Ocean's Muse. Muse. Okay. We're going to talk about it. There could be some significance to the number 34 as well, because I do see that attached to the card, and it does reduce down to a beautiful 7 energy. Most know, but in case you didn't, a 7 is inclusive of rewards. All right. And usually for having closed out a cycle or two, I'm hearing to say. All right. So there's rewards coming. And we want to talk about certain aspects of this card that I was guided to. I'm not going to read the whole freaking textbook there's a lot to this card. The card talked about, how vast the ocean was and like how scary it is, but then how magnificent even some of the ugliest of its creatures are, et cetera, in case those were wondering. All right. And this is the pure magic. Okay. Many of you may even have this oracle. You can go ahead and consult the guidebook at your pleasure. Okay. But let's talk about the pure wisdom section of this card, okay, collective. And this again is the general collective message for both the Instagram and YouTube collective messages regarding such a time as this. All right, we are basically on the eve of Samhain energy. Okay, do not be afraid to go beyond the depths to uncharted territory. There is knowledge waiting for you to attain once you make the leap and swim deeper. All right. Let go of control. Ooh, should I ring the bell on that one? Oh. All right. Some of you really need to work on that. Okay. You do not need a map for every blessed thing. All right. Could you imagine? Right. It's, we've got enough to figure out. All right. And that's well and good. That will keep you busy. Like maybe you've got to drive to a new location. You got a GPS. You got to put all that energy and effort towards that. Right. But some other things that you're doing all of that for, you need not. Okay. And so you need to go ahead and free up your time, relax. I want to say a little bit, but it's giving a lot of it, if that makes sense to say, right? All right, so let go of control. Remember the illuminated intuition within you and chart your own course. All right, so again, this is a call to trust that intuition that you most assuredly do have. All right, love and light, Leah. I see you. Love and light, Maribeth. Love and light. All right, so it is time to take your magical practice deeper and uncloak the layers buried far inside. So here's the deal. Some of you, low key, right, kind of got twisted, tangled up a little bit. All right, perhaps if you're being honest, in some of that tentacles energy, coming out of that fear vibe. All right, coming out of the, oh, woe is me, I don't have control, lack mindset vibe. Right. And so we're fixing that. We're closing out the cycle. And that's why you've got rewards coming in. Even if some of you are saying, well, I just realized I need to fix it. And so we're fixing that. You're closing out this. See how the messages still stand? You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. There is more to any situation than what you see. But remember, you are not alone on your journey. You are not alone. You can't even, if you try, you could shut everyone out of your room, your house, your humble abode, your sacred space, and you're still nowhere near alone. It can't happen. All right. Especially for beings like us. All right. Beings of the light. All right. Where you can trace us all the way back to source. Yeah, effing right. There's no alone for us. Okay. So if you're feeling lonely, please know that's different than being alone. All right. And loneliness is a feeling. And again, we spoke about how we don't allow our feelings to overrun us or overrule us. We honor them for what they are and let them go. Right. Work through them, alchemize them. Okay. Maybe it takes a bit of time sometimes to do that if you're being honest, right? But it's never really a call to just stamp a period on the end of that sentence and say, woe is me, this is the final episode of me losing out on life kind of thing, or me just losing out on love, right? That would still be operating out of that lack mindset. This is what we're talking about here. You gotta, I'm hearing unbunch those panties. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but I'm trying to talk about the tentacles. You gotta untwist out of that, honey bun, whether guy, girl, what have you, whether you got panties on or not. Okay, so that's for somebody. But there's more to any situation than what you see. You're not alone. Okay. You guys, you have to be mindful, even the karmics, right? Like they've got coursework here. Like we're here, by here, I mean the earth plane, right? As this, like, think of it as like a ginormous school, right? Everybody's trying to figure out what the is going on. Like, what's next, right? Like, how is this happening? Fill in the blank, right? We're all trying to figure it out. We came here with the veil. Many of us are just now, some of us even still just on the edge of actually figuring out, remembering, recalling who we are. All right. Even for such a time as this. Okay. So you got to be mindful that every offense that is, coming from karmic energy is not even simply and solely about us. When you realize that, you can kind of really take the reins over some of that emotions that can be inclusive of their own projections. All right. And so therefore you just remain all the more unshakable, all the more unfuckable, dare I say. Okay. Some of you, it's time to take your magical practice deeper. All right. This is also talking about the magic of you. Okay. So we talked about this courage, essentially the strength that you are blueprinted with, templated with. It's in you. You can't get around it. You can't shy away from it now. It's too late. You're too strong. You're too much. You're too great. You're amazing. Right? Right. No, seriously, like for real, like, right. No, you too. Okay. So you've got to do what works for you. Okay. Some of you, you like to light a candle. You like to stare into the flame. Cool. Talk to your Aunt Emma, as you please, if that's you. You know what I mean? Others, maybe you like water as a conduit. Cool. Talk to the water. They've literally done scientific studies about how water at its molecular level, at its molecular structure, will change as you speak into it. Okay. You are powerful enough with your words alone to change the molecular structure of water. How much more powerful are you against fear? Waiting, did you get that? Did you connect it? Do you know your power now? Right? Your words alone can change water at its molecular structure. Do you understand how powerful that is? How amazing that is? How amazing you are? How powerful you are? It's all connected. All right. We've got water within our bodies. Are you perceiving yourselves as sick in body? Talk to the water within. Oh, you didn't think of that one. I know. Go ahead. Keep doing it. Do it for 30 days and see how it changes you from the inside out. Now, here's the other thing. You got to drink water too, though. You can't just talk to the water in your body and then drink a bunch of corn syrup. Okay. It's not gonna, it's not the most highest vibrational easy of the paths either. Like, make it easy for yourself. This life is not calibrated to be easy first, right? So as you learn these cheat codes that I'm sharing with you, and welcome, hey, hi, I hope you're catching them. I hope you're utilizing them, right? Life gets easy, life gets sweet, you get healthier. Okay, inside out, outside in, I promise. Except for unless you self-sabotage, and we're talking about it again. I hate this, but by not believing that you are strong enough, by not believing that you are powerful. I mean, you're walking divinity. There's no way to get around the strength and the power. I mean, divinity. Look it up, divinity. All right, it's you. It's me. It's we. Right. And there is something to be said for strength in numbers. You guys, welcome. I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate you guys loving and lighting each other, even. All right, outside of your girl. All right, because it matters and because it does help in the most beneficial ways, whether you can hear it, see it, feel it or not. Okay, that's literally the truth. So I appreciate each and every one of you coming on here, being present, intentioning out to have a great day, intentioning out that the collective should have the same. And we shall have no less. Ashe. Ashe, right? So there is wisdom within you, collective, all right? Do not let the ties that attempt to bind actually bind, all right? They don't have to. You don't have to let them, is what it's giving, right? And I asked Spirit, I said, okay, so that's their card, we're going to talk about it, but what kind of energy from the tarot, would help the collective assist with this, ushering in this kind of energy, closing out the cycle and, allowing and, relinquishing control where it binds them, etc. And we've got, interestingly enough, the Eight of Pentacles. Now, I pulled this Eight of Pentacles, as you can see, from an extremely non-traditional deck. In fact, it's an oracle card. All right. It's a tarot oracle. All right. And it is the Eight of Pentacles. And I'm going to read this card for the collective. It says, this card encourages your impulse to learn new things and to put new skills to good use. Okay. So for those that, you're thinking, okay, I know I'm on the brink of something. I know I've been creating something. I want to next level it. I could feel there's this call, like, for me to keep going. And I should definitely not give up. Keep going, but keep growing as you learn and grow. All right. Doesn't matter what it is. If we're only talking about you and your most physicality sense and or your business, whatever extension of you, it will glow. It can't not. All right. It can't not. All right. Unless if you self-sabotage the crap out of that situation and you don't believe. So really, you guys have to be resolved in knowing that you know that you are in alignment with whatever. I'm getting this is different subject matter, so I'm not trying to make it any more specific. It's a general collective message on 2 platforms. Forgive me. You can imagine the specificities inside of there. Okay. But you guys know what you got going on. Okay, honey bun. And that's well and good. All right. But there's something about, really putting your best foot forward and, giving yourselves a fighting chance. All right. If you feel like you don't know enough. All right. Check into that. Do you, maybe on the other side of saying, okay, well, I'm going to research it out again. You're going to find, no, you already know. So then you can tell yourself, essentially, it's go time. I know now. I know I can go. All right. Because some of you are second guessing whether or not you're ready, whether or not you're enough, whether or not you're, maybe even literally educated, right? Something about education coming through. This could be relating to school. Should I go for this versus that kind of program, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, either way, we've been talking about intuition and education. It's giving you now. All right. So for those that are, guided into that, all right, it is time. This is confirmation. Let this be your confirmation. It is time and you are ready. Okay. Don't stop investigating things. Okay. So here's the sitch. If you're here, referable to business. Okay. You can't sit there and not keep up with the trends of the market, the trends of just what all the inner workings are of that particular business, that industry. You know what I mean? Because I guess you could, but it wouldn't behoove you well, because then at some point you're not going to be able to contend with your contenders, right? You're not going to be able to keep abreast even maybe of certain rules and regulations, et cetera, et cetera. And so you're going to at some point be left in a detriment. Do you want that? No, nobody wants that. right? So keep investigating. This is not a call to be, an overthinker, overthinking, yourself and others, overthinking your business, your path to the point where you get nothing done. So please don't be that one. Okay. This is something different. This is, more of a maintenance level type of investigation on the other side of making sure that you're ready, having garnered the right and proper education, experience, what have you, right? Some of you maybe need to take a class. All right. Others I'm hearing maybe need to go ahead and teach it. Okay. Especially if that's part and parcel of the business that you're looking to create and you're wondering, do I have enough information? And Spirit saying, yes, you do. Okay. Um, Whatever you are undertaking, give it your all, Spirit saying. Only when you dedicate yourselves completely to the task will you see the results you desire. And here's the sitch. I've seen a lot of this in the tarot community, referable to the collective as a whole, really trying to stave off a lot of its collective from giving up. Okay. And it's because literally, this is the dusk before dawn type of energy. We are on the brink, essentially, even at this early stage, I guess I should say, of the year 2025. The year 2025 is going to be telltale evidence of the wheat being sifted from the tare, telltale evidence of who could not make it. We talk in the spiritual community all the time. Oh, where you're going, honey bun, not everybody can go. And that's the truth. In 2025, you're going to see that truth. It's giving a harsh truth on both sides of the fence, right? Maybe some of those karmics are surprised to find out they're a karmic. Stranger things have happened, I suppose, right? And then, of course, the usual. You're surprised to find out in the end that so and so that was supposed to be your right arm in certain ways, or your mommy and daddy that maybe you had some issues with. You find out no, they were a full blown karmic. All right. So there is some solace to be taken to, really be honest with your emotions and what you're seeing intuitively as well. All right. So that you can better prepare for that way to be made. It's best to not get in the way of karma. Do not. Just like you wouldn't want to be somebody else's God for someone else. You don't want to play God for someone else. You damn sure don't want to get in the way of God or divinity or goddess, however you subscribe here, higher selves, okay? Because karma, okay? Now, karma doesn't have to mean something doom and gloom and earth shaking, ground shaking, blood curdling screams and all of that, but it might. Let's talk about this broom energy, okay? It comes with it the energy of alignment. And I say that because it has the number 8, okay? The number 8 speaks to being in alignment with the direct line and will of divinity. Okay, yeah, that sounds like us. So again, karma doesn't have to be scary and painful, right? Well, not for us, okay? So let's talk about this broom energy. It says, what dreams may come from what you seek, make room, make way, a clearing need be. All right. So call back your energy, ring those bells, clap those hands, collective, anything that breaks up the frequency in your environment. Use those crystals. Clear quartz comes to mind. Definitely good for transmuting and alchemizing your energy from negative and or lower density vibrations. All right. Know that you are, this is kind of giving that captain vibes, right? Or the priestess. Right? This is you, collective, right? You are in control here. Whether your feelings are matching this or not, this is literally the case. Okay. It's giving 222. It's giving 222. And many of you know, Chandler Maston. All right. He's a popular tarot reader. And he says 222 means all is well. All is well. Now, the energy of 2 is all over the spread here. And I did speak on it a little bit previously. But I do want to be mindful to mention 2 speak to choices. And they speak to balance. All right. So there may be some balance needed, referable to some of your choices that you've already made, or some choices that you're intentioning in the next few months to make. And again, that reminds me of that investigation talk. Investigation. There may be somebody that's getting ready to enter a contract and or create a contract. You may need to do some investigation or reinvestigation from beginning to end right before that contract's ultimately signed and upheld in a court of law. That's coming through for someone. All right. Yeah. Make room, make way. Your dreams are coming true. Your manifestations are coming true. Clear your energy and make way for the new. I love that. All right, let's get to your... Oh, here's the thing. This is what I'm missing about the broom. My goodness. Let's talk about the broom. All right, it's almost like a synchronicity, right? Like some of you, it's kind of going to that karmic energy. Some of you are still trying not to make certain individuals classified in the karmic category, and it's like that's going to be to your detriment, honey bun. And I'm not here to word curse, but I am definitely here to protect my collective. Okay, don't be that one that ignores the signs, okay, and then wonders why you're drained because you've got people literally vamping off of your energy, pulling on you, expecting things out of you that they shouldn't have the audacity to expect, okay? Leaving you looking like this, whether you're a guy, girl, what have you, at the end of every day and the beginning of every morning. This is unacceptable. If that's you, your guides want you to know this is unacceptable, okay? They're saying it to you because you would have to be the one to change it. They're not going to override your free will, right? They're not called to do that, to override your free will. However, you are called when necessary to change your truth. All right. You know, I gave this example the other day. I will give it again. You know, truth can go like this. No, I literally love Jamiliel. I would die. I would die if something happened to me. I would have to lay down and die for that man. I would have to lay down and die. Right? And it's like, okay, well, that's your truth, Brenda. All right. You know, nobody's going to, you know, I tried to tell you he's not really that great, but you know, okay. Next thing you know, 6 months down the line, you know, Jamil, whatever his name is, put you through the ringer. Okay, you just can't even stand to hear the name. You don't even want to remember how to say it, kind of shit, right? And your truth now goes, no way in hell would I ever lay down and die for that man. Very much a truth at that point as well, right? See how you can change it? And so that's just a very generic example, but you know, whatever the truth is, you have the power to change it, especially when it assists you, when it benefits you in a more higher vibrational state, not in a more manipulative state. So be mindful of that as well, okay? But I wanted to talk about this aspect, okay? I was highlighted too. It says, this clearing of energy contributes to a witch's well-being. So we're being called in the Samhain energy to take our proverbial brooms, or literal, okay, and sweep away some of the fuck shit. All right, let's call it for what it is. Clearing out the old and dusty, which makes space for the new. That's what you're being asked to do. Sweeping out negative energy, which raises her vibration and therefore her strength and courage. All right, see how it's all connected? So some of you need to actually physically cleanse your space as well as your energy. Okay, your space and energy are connected, especially if it is your own space. And you know, see how so anyways, if you've got, you know, some of that excess dusty ... get rid of it. Okay, don't just dust it off and then reposition it and look at it some more. Get rid of it. They're an X for a reason. All right, whether spirit took them out or you did. Okay, that's for somebody. We are going to get to the chart placements and the first, middle, and last name initial of the people out of the collective energies that may actually be connected to this session. All right. So I know it may not be for every single one of you, all aspects, but I do believe you can get a little something out of it along the way. We're going to close out the session now with your 2 postcards collectives. All right. Makes sense. Hey, maybe 1 postcards for 1 collective. And then, no, I'm just kidding. But take the energy and the messages as they resonate with you and leave the rest. All right. That's fine too. Okay. So the first of the 2. All right. Dearest you, Did you know that when you stop fighting and accept everything exactly as it is right now, miracles start to happen? Don't you want miracles, collective? No, you do, remember? Okay. There is a freedom in this kind of radical acceptance. Let go of unrealistic expectations and see things as they really are. Ooh, might not be the easiest of things to do. I get that, right? Not how you'd necessarily like them to be. Often when we look at things that, especially if we didn't want to the first time, then we really look at it and we're like, that's exactly what we didn't want to see. Look again, reinvestigate, right? You'll be surprised at how everything seems to fall into place, all right, in spite of what you see in that reality. When you refuse to accept things, life gets messy, you act messy, and your world stays in chaos, tension, and disarray. Again, somebody needs to clean their space. My goodness, is it me? I feel like it's me too. But don't try to force a change or manipulate circumstances. Instead, learn about what is in front of you and face it with your eyes fully open. Did I say closed? No. I don't think we say eyes open. Eyes open. All right. Then you can decide to stay or go, sink or swim, move or stay still. Acceptance is the key to freedom and opens the door to the real opportunities waiting to be discovered. Set yourselves and others, especially the ones you know and love, free. Okay. Loving you so much, always and forever, from the spirit realm, right? And our last, but certainly not least, postcard from Spirit with the peacock. Okay, maybe some significance. Dearest you, we're a chatty bunch over here, always talking about how to support you in your life's journey. Isn't that so great, collective? See how you're not alone. You might be lonely sometimes, but you're never alone. Okay. We communicate to you through the language of oracles, dreams, signs, metaphors, and omens. In your life on earth, however, clarity in your communication is essential to being understood. You don't speak in symbols, and if you did, it would definitely confuse things. Right now, you're facing a situation in which you're being asked to have integrity. Be clear and learn how to ask for your needs to be met. Ooh, is that something that we've got to work on, collective? Maybe. Here's how you can maybe know. Did you used to please people? Are you still pleasing people even though you shouldn't necessarily please people before you? The first step is to admit out loud that you have needs. All right. The second is to ask out loud for them to be met. And some of you, you need to ask the spirit realm. You need to ask your guides. This isn't even just about a man or a woman named Jenny, right? The second is to ask out loud for them to be met. And the third is to allow the other person, organization, or even us to answer you. Ooh, you got to let go of the control. One time I was praying, I thought I was doing all great and gloriful, right? I was all, and Spirit was like, could you please? Maybe somebody out there needed to be reminded to do a little of that whilst praying and meditating as well, right? My nose is doing that thing, collective. Forgive me. So that's somebody. That was for somebody. You don't need to out yourself, but do take the message and take heed. All right, so that you can benefit from it and not feel judged. Okay, it's not about that. It's love and light, for goodness sakes, right? Let's repeat this last one. And the third is to allow the other person, organization, or even us to answer you. When you follow these steps, you can most definitely expect an answer. See, some of you, maybe you're all because you don't feel worthy of an actual answer, and so therefore is the blockage, the self-sabotage. Don't be that one. You are worthy. You're divinity walking. Where was the unworthiness ever? Even on your worst day, when you're like want to curse people out half the time, right? Like your heart, okay, is the true test. When Spirit looks at your heart, all right, it's coming out light as a feather, whether you spoke a curse word out there or not. All right. whoever I'm talking to, you're not even of the mindset to actually curse people, right? You might get frustrated because there's so much hatred, evil eye, jealousy, and pain, and grief, and sorrow in this world that it makes you just want to scream, I'm talking to people like that, all right? This is not a call to actually like action out cursing other people. Please and thank you. Understand that, okay? So when you follow these steps, you can definitely expect an answer in your favor, all right? Affirmative. They're saying, if you're questioning, would the answer, if it should come, ever be in your favor? And they're saying, most assuredly, yes and amen. Okay, so please, whoever that is, stop questioning. All right, start believing. You want to be stubborn in your I don't knows, but it's not going to bode you nearly as well if you would be stubborn in your I know that I knows. Right? Right. So let's take a look, close out the session for the Samhain before we get to the free messages over on YouTube. Instagram, if you're still with me, all right, I'm going to be hopping off after this. Catch me over on YouTube. I got a free reading waiting over there for you, I promise, okay? Especially for those that joined the live today. Okay, so the first, middle, and or last name initial on the part of you collective, all right, may be an M. It doesn't have to be, you guys, if your first, middle, or last name initial doesn't come out, and or if your chart placements don't come out, that doesn't mean you weren't attached to the session, especially if it resonated. Okay, so take what resonates here. I'm just trying to give specifics where I can and when I can as I'm led to. So we've got A and T. Well, you put that with the M, somebody's name could be Matthew, all right? There could also be a Tammy, a Tam out there, all right? We've got L and U. And that made me think of Lulu, and Lucy. Okay, so those could be somebody's names out there. We've got chart placements first up, certainly not least, Gemini, order collective, so don't come for me. We've got Aquarius. I just gathered them up after they came out of the deck. We've got Aries, and so hope that makes sense. Virgo and Cancer. All right, we've got Pisces coming out, and Leo. All right. And certainly not least, Scorpio. All right. So hopefully that made sense. Collective, I am ringing the bell. All right. Those that know what to do over on YouTube, go right on ahead. I got you. In the meantime, I'm going to say a lovely thank you for the time that the collective on Instagram spent with us. All right. I definitely don't want to skip over you guys. I really appreciate you. I love you so much, Leah. Please believe. I'm gonna come see. I can feel it. You're probably just gonna get a text like, "Hey, I'm here. Where are you?" I can feel it. It's But I'll probably try to get up with you a little bit later tonight and maybe we can watch a movie or something. That'd be fun. All right. So I see the collective over on YouTube calling. All right. So I'm going to be mindful of them since they have played the roles, or they have followed the rules and played their part. Excuse me. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Hope to see you over on YouTube, but I understand if you can't make it. Thank you either way for hanging out with me. And please know, irregardless, you're amazing. And I love you. Lovingly. Oh, collective. All right. Sorry. Oh, one of those honey buns over on Instagram is one of my kids. Okay, so I was like, oh, my heart. Okay, bear with. All righty. Love and light, you guys. I hope everyone is feeling well today. I hope you enjoyed the Samhain message. Jay Wigs on. Happy Kirsten. No, seriously. Do you know how many times I've come across other people in the spiritual community and they're like, God loves that. Like, it's fine. Like, it's just usually if people curse, like, they're just authentic AF. So I don't mind. Like, I learned to not mind because it depends on how you're using that energy, I guess. But shoot, I know it just feels good to me sometimes. But that's just me. Okay. Anna Cat. All right. Let's talk about CYNETHA. Okay, let's find out. Oof. We got a no and a use your strength at the bottom of the deck. All right, so that's what I got for you, Aniket. My goodness. Well, you know what? You lose one, you get a better one. Yes. Love and light to you. All right. All right, Mariana. Let's talk about Christian. Ooh, let's see. Ooh, we got a yes. Oh, sorry. Hold on. This is for Mariana. Christian, coming soon? Yes. All right. So don't lose sleep over Christian. He's coming. When he comes, it will be a fated time. All right. But it's a yes. And I'm getting that it would be a yes of measure, like a stable yes, like coming in not for a short time, but for a long time. Okay. You're very welcome. Okay. Now let me see here. 8 meal John. So that's not a yes or no question, Eat Me. Maybe you can rephrase it. Okay, I'm gonna move on to Ben RT. Okay, will I have happy marriage life and blessed with children? Okay, let me see Ben RT. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I gather that you've not really had the greatest of track records here in love, maybe even in life, with the Seven of Swords coming out, pairing with the Five of Pentacles. All right, these are like Seven of Swords and or the Five of Pentacles on their own are just really crappy cards, right? Like it's nothing that you would be like, yay, I want to write home about this, let alone experience, right? But I need you to know they're in the past, okay? Because your answer, your yes, came out firstly and kind of knocked down the others back. So Ben RT, you will in fact have a happy marriage life. It will also be blessed with happy children, healthy children. All right. You need to believe that so that you can receive it because it already exists for you. Aces in and of themselves speak to assistance energy from the divine, and it's breakthrough assistance energy. And I gather makes sense because it seems like you've had a whole laundry list or a whole life of not what you're asking about, right? And knowing deep down inside, rightfully so, that you actually deserve what you are asking about. And the divine is saying, yeah, no, we agree. You do deserve that, Ben RT, and so it shall be. All right. Love and light to you. Okay, let me see. You're very welcome, Mariana and Aniket. Okay. All right. So love and light, Cassandra. Okay, let's see about Cody. All right. Okay. Let's see about Cody. I don't know why I'm picking up on neighbors watching. Neighbors. Are neighbors watching neighbors in your neighborhood? Cassandra. As I see clarity. All right, let me stop. Oh. Damn. There could be neighbors watching neighbors only because the bottom of the deck has the Six of Wands. And that's kind of like the all eyes, like, or eyes being around, like a lot of eyes supporters, right? But Cody, no. That's a no. Oh, in his neighborhood they're watching. I think this person just has some ways about them because of coping mechanisms or lack thereof, and it might be time to close out that cycle because I cut the deck to the wheel, but that's what I got. Okay, hopefully that makes, I don't know, and not really, I kind of want to tap out of that energy. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm not sure. I'm sorry that makes sense, but I mean, I'm glad that I'm tapped in for you, but I think this person needs to heal. And I know that sounds like so cliche, but I think that you might be too healed for somebody like that. If that makes sense at this point. You know? That makes me think of like even my own journey. Like sometimes I think like, okay, so I'm learning and growing. I'm doing the damn thing, right? Collective. And I'm like, I too am calling in romantic love, but I sometimes wonder, like, seems like the more you go up the rungs in the ladder, the less you are able to resonate with like anyone, especially in the realm of love, because somebody would have to actually really get you. But you're moving in, you know what I mean? I think that's why sometimes we do get called into bouts, not like lifetimes, but bouts of spiritual hermitage, right? Because it's like, well, do you want to have a connection where you've got to always recalibrate and expect that individual to be able to do that if they're not doing the work, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of giving like unequally yoked, not to use like a biblical reference, but it just is what it is, And I've had to explain that many times across the collective. It's like, listen, it's not about being better than anyone else. We're not able to be better than anyone else. Okay. Even though they accuse us of just that. But it's about literally what is. It's like if your frequency, your vibrational frequency is here, and you meet this guy, Tony, and it's like, he's like at a hard, whatever this frequency is, and he ain't budging, you know what I mean? And it's like, maybe you could just kind of pretend to make it work, maybe you just, oh, it's cute, still want to kiss you a little bit, and you know what I'm saying? But then as you learn and grow, you see what I'm saying? And it's like, well, Tony's just, Tony's like, well, I ain't changing for nobody, because you better love me or leave me. And it's like, bye, Tony, you know what I mean? Like, you got to get to the point where you love you enough to be like, bye, Tony, whoever Tony is, and that's just an example that I'm sharing with the collective, Cassandra. I'm not, but hopefully that makes sense for somebody. But love and light, you guys. Oh, I wish, in my heart of heart, like, we would just immediately be like paired up and happy and just do the damn thing, you know what I mean? But apparently there's some measure of coursework that's integrated in around that. And the thing is, we're always talking about love and money because that's what the divine uses. The divine uses what gets our attention the most here, so hopefully that makes sense and doesn't allow somebody to feel punished by the divine. It's just navigate the coursework. You can, all right, you've got the courage within. You are that priestess, okay? You are that spiritual baddie. Nothing changes that but your mindset about it all, right? So let's move to the next question. Was Eagle, will Robert face consequences for what he did? Usually we do if we do stuff, but here we go. So the Hierophant is coming out. All right. So apparently you're asking about, I'm trying to figure out if I can show this. I feel like I can't. So apparently you're asking about a lover's connection. All right, the lover's card coming out. First, Daddy God. This is the Daddy God card, right? God has no sex, but just go with it because there's patriarchy attached to the tarot still, okay? With the Hierophant energy, coming out, this is kind of giving almost like spiritual court vibes. It's like, hey, I'm seeing what you're doing there, Robert. All right. So Daddy God wants to come through for this Empress, not Robert. Okay. So by Empress, I'm literally speaking to Eagle. Okay. And this Empress energy is coming out not only to say yes and amen, but to say you are quite favored by the divine. And of course, you shouldn't question that. Here's the thing, though, collective. We all are quite favored by the divine, right? But when it comes to karma, what we don't want to do is get all excited about other people's karma that hurts and is scary and is, Yes, we were offended. Yes, we were projected onto. Yes, we were abused. Yes, we were triggered. Okay. That is for us to work through in a most grateful manner. Okay. It sounds crazy. I get it. But the thing is, it's just the truth. Okay. Those karmics, those people that know and love us, that hurt us, project onto us, they're essentially on our payroll. Hey, are you ready to heal this now? Let's trigger you. Right? And you want to be all like, oh, how dare you? But what are you here for? To learn and grow your soul. You got to be triggered. You got to be traumatized every now and again. All right. It's not to glorify that. It's to use it for what it is and to keep our power in spite of it all. Okay. Because when you go through a lot of that, all right, kind of tries to imply you don't have any power. And that's the farthest thing from the truth. All right. So keep your power. Don't be the one that gives it away emotionally. Right. You also don't want to create karma for yourselves going, oh, how about now? Are they going to die? You can't be that one. All right. That's not the right heart space condition conducive to maintaining a level of high vibration about you to continue to receive the blessings. All right. Often silence is the most beneficial way to close out a cycle. All right. It's also the most beneficial way to heal yourself, to alchemize. Okay. To lick those proverbial wounds that the other person gave. All right. Because what you don't want to do is get into mindset talking about, yeah, I'm on the right side of karma. And next thing you know, you just create a wormhole for yourselves. All right. Well, again, Daddy God watches, right? So be mindful, goes both ways. We all have free will. And so we all have the ability to make choices. And so we all have the ability to face consequences depending on those choices, right? So you don't want to celebrate another person choosing perceivably a wrong choice. It's not even necessarily a wrong choice. It's a lower vibrational choice. It's a choice that brings on the lower density and endings. All right, the lower density result. Okay, of a situation, of a catalyst, of a trigger. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so let me get going to morning to you. It's still morning, so it's okay. Will tomorrow be a good day? Or I think today is a good day to make tomorrow a great day for you. That's what I think tomorrow. But we'll see what the cards say. You are in control. You are the captain of your ship tomorrow, as well as today. And this seems to be yes. It's a yes. It's a yes. Now, because this card came out sideways a little bit, tried to maybe not come out all the way. All right. This could be synchronistic of the second half of the day being where you actually see evidence of that. All right. So, don't overthink it. Just accept it and enjoy it tomorrow. All right. Love and light. Let's see. Aisha Sharif. Okay, let me see here. That is a no, and please and thank you. Walk away from Z. Z is not enough for you. Okay, so that's a no. Okay. Yeah, let me see. I'm glad that you can relate to that, Sean. Thank you for letting me know. Because sometimes I wonder, I'm like, is this anybody's reading? I'll be feeling all the emotions and going through the whole gamut. I'm like, this is not my reading. Is this? Oh my God. I just have questions. All right. Okay, let's see here. Did I miss? Okay, let's see. Sean, will I get the first set of... Oh. Okay, let me see here. Sorry, Sean, I skipped over you. I didn't mean to. All right, let's see. I've been praying for you. Like, please. That's 16. Sorry, I got distracted. All hold on. Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Man, I'm getting no. That you will have to balance some ish out if there's a budget situation connected to that. Because that's a no. I'm sorry, babe. Hopefully it's just, a few days later. Could be the 22nd. Man, my nose is doing. Oh. I'm so sorry. That must be really for real. Like, all the way true, too. Wow. Sorry. Okay. Did I get... No, we didn't eat. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna love and light you guys. I think we're good. Let me make sure. So Aisha Sharif, marry him then, if you want to, but I wouldn't. I mean, people marry for money. You know what I mean? So you asked if he liked your picture. That's what came out. Maybe that came out so that the guidance to not marry that man came out. You know what I mean? Stranger things have happened, but you have your own intuition. If you want to marry that guy, whether he likes your picture or not. But I would like to marry somebody that I knew liked my picture. I wouldn't even have to ask somebody, hey, did he like my picture? I wouldn't marry someone that I couldn't trust if they liked my picture. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you literally had the 8 of Cups come out like, no, walk away. And I think there was, do you, babe? I'm not here to control anyone. I'm just also not here to manipulate the cards. So, I'm not going to lie to you on my end. People can lie to themselves for benefits all they want. I have nothing to do with that. People lie. I mean, hell, I've been told that, somebody wanted to marry me and they never did. I was told that to my face. I didn't even have a picture for them to say that to. So, people lie. Energy does not. Your intuition will not. Okay? If you take nothing else from the reading, take that. That's all I got. All right? You guys have an amazing day. I love you. And I hope you love yourselves enough to show that to everyone else around you. Okay? That's my wish for you today. Thanks for spending time with me. Love and light.